Hi, my name is Nathan Begley. I'm attorney of counsel for Cadillac Law here in Dallas, Texas, and I'm here to talk to you today about 5 ways to stop a foreclosure here in Texas. Now, with the ongoing COVID-19 situation, there have been some protections put in place to delay or prevent foreclosures, but those could evaporate at any minute, and I'd like you to know what your options are. So, some of these options will be more useful than others. Some of them will allow you to keep your house, and some of them won't. But I'm going to go through these options because it's your choice to make. Now, you need to talk to an attorney about this. This is an important decision, especially if this is your home that we're talking about. So I would advise you to set up a consultation with an attorney. And here at Cadillac Law, you can reach us at 972-845-1200, and we can set up a free consultation to talk about your options. The first option, if you have gotten behind on your mortgage and you have what are called arrears, which are missed payments, then you could, if you have a lump sum of money, pay those arrears off, catch up on your mortgage, and stop the foreclosure that way. That's the first way, is to pay what you owe in a lump sum. What if you don't have a lump sum of money, but you want to stop the foreclosure? What do you do then? Well, one of the ways you can stop a foreclosure is to attempt to do a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Now, a deed in lieu of foreclosure may not actually work out in real life because the bank may not want to do it. They may need to foreclose on your property, because a deed in lieu is where you give the bank your deed and they promise not to foreclose on that property. So you give up your interest in the property and they don't do the foreclosure, so you don't have a foreclosure on your record. Now, the problem with that is that settles maybe your interest, but it may not take care of other interests like tax liens or junior mortgages or other people who might have some interest in the property. So the bank may not be willing to do a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Now, another way to stop a foreclosure in Texas, the third way, is to do a short sale. A short sale is where you take the property and you find a buyer before the foreclosure date that is able to complete the transaction and sell the property. And you can actually stop a foreclosure this way, but you may have a hard time realizing the full value of your property, and you've just sold your house, so you better have somewhere to go. So what if you are behind on your mortgage and you don't have a lump sum of money, but you want to keep the house? Maybe you've got kids in school and you don't want to move right now, especially under the circumstances. Well, one thing you could attempt to do is you could attempt a loan modification. That's where you and the bank agree to take the arrears, the missed payments, and tack them onto the rest of your mortgage. So you get caught up, but your mortgage payment goes up a bit. But what if they won't give you a modification? What if you've been denied a mod, or they've lost your papers or done whatever delaying tactic they do? And now you're up against the gun and you got a foreclosure staring you in the face. Well, you can file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. That's the fifth way to stop a foreclosure. It'll put a dead halt to it. It'll give you a month to breathe and not have to make a payment. And then the next month, you'll be going forward making your normal house payment along with an additional payment to the trustee, the Chapter 13 trustee, which is determined on a multitude of factors in your individual financial situation. The important thing to know about this is once you are in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, it is actually possible to get a modification of your mortgage with the court's permission. And in fact, in my personal experience, I have found that banks are often more willing to do a modification after a bankruptcy has been filed, because when you filed that bankruptcy, you've taken some of their rights away from them, and they would like to do a modification that would exempt the house from the court's protection. So again, I'll go over these in order. If you have the money to catch up on your arrears to stop a bankruptcy in Texas, you can pay off what you owe. You could attempt to do a deed in lieu of foreclosure and give up the house in exchange for them not foreclosing on you. You could do a short sale and sell your house to someone who's willing to buy it under a time limit. You could attempt a modification and try to get the bank to agree with you to allow you to be caught up on your mortgage, but then make a higher payment going forward. And if those things don't work, you can file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which will put a dead halt to the foreclosure, give you some time to catch up, and help consolidate all your debt into a workable plan. Now, to make that plan and to see if that plan is right for you, you need to consult with an attorney. And I recommend calling Cadillac Law here at 972-845-1200 for a free consultation with me, socially distanced, either over Zoom or over the phone. And we will be glad to look at your options and help you decide which one will meet your needs. Thank you.